In today's lesson, we are once again revisiting the excerpt from As I Remember by Minnie London. We've now read through this excerpt 2 times, and we've talked about how it tells us about the life of the people in Buxton. We've talked about the things they were able to do for fun, how that shows us that Buxton was a successful town, and how that makes it different from other towns at the time. For your assignment today, you're going to be completing this worksheet called Make a Claim. You will be completing it on your Chromebook, following the link on the next slide after watching this video. When you click into the document, it is going to look a little bit more like this. You will have some text boxes here that you will be able to type into. So let's look at this a little bit more closely and talk about what it means to make a claim and what you need to back that up. The author gives us a question to answer. Was Buxton successful according to Minnie London? So we might need to go back and forth and looking at our excerpt a little bit to see what we can find. And it also tells us to cite evidence from sources. So when we make a claim, we're answering the question either positively or negatively. Was Buxton successful? So in your claim box, which you'll see on your screen when you click open your document, you'll need to say, yes, Buxton was successful according to Minnie London, or maybe you'll want to say, no, Buxton was not successful according to Minnie London. That's your claim. It really is only one sentence, either saying yes to the question or no. Then we need to go into citing evidence. Citing evidence means that you find details in your text or in multiple pieces of information or multiple texts that support what you're saying. So if you say, yes, Buxton was successful, you need to find details in the excerpt that tell us that Buxton was successful. On your sheet, when you open it, you'll notice that in this line right here, where it says source, that has already been filled in for you because your source is the excerpt As I Remember by Minnie London. That is where you're going to find your details. So let's say I had typed up here, yes, Buxton was successful according to Minnie London. Now my job is to find 3 pieces of evidence or 3 details that agree or show that that is a true statement. And you'll have text boxes underneath each one of these to show that. For example, a piece of supporting evidence might be they displayed moving pictures every night for the miners and their families. Moving pictures, or movies as we call them now, are not inexpensive things to run. They're not inexpensive now, and they weren't inexpensive then. So the fact that the town was able to have these every single night shows that it was a successful town and it could support having these movies. So that would be one piece of evidence. Now I will need to find 2 more pieces of evidence or 2 more details from the excerpt to be able to type in my sentences to show my support for my claim. If your claim is no, Buxton was not successful, you'll need to find details to support that from the excerpt. Remember to fill in all the pieces. You'll have a claim and 3 pieces of supporting evidence or supporting details. If you have questions, make sure to reach out to your teacher.